Welcome everybody to this latest broadcast from the finnCap group. My name is Jonathan Bright. Today we are in conversation with Douglas Cumming, Director at Systal Technologies, and Chris Malcolm, Technology Sector Director at finnCap Cavendish, which is part of the finnCap group. Now, finnCap Cavendish recently worked with Systal on the sale of a minority stake to private equity firm Inflexion, a move that will help this highly innovative managed network services provider continue to accelerate on its international development. So with that in mind, we wanted to delve a little deeper into how this deal came to pass and what it means for Systal going forward. So Douglas, Chris, welcome.
Hi, good morning, Jonathan. Nice to meet you.
Douglas, could you tell us briefly a little bit about Systal and how this all fitted into your growth journey thus far?
Right, so Systal is an organisation. We're a global systems integrator. We, as you mentioned earlier on, we specialise in managed services. So in essence, we design, maintain and support large corporate network infrastructure. So we provide secure facilities for our organisations, or our customers really, to access applications and data. We're an ambitious high growth organisation founded in 2008. Unfortunately for us, we started off in July 2008, about 2 months before the big crash happened. So that was an interesting time for us, and on reflection, actually quite a good thing. It brought a lot of disciplines into our business.
And I mean, before this conversation started, I mean, what did you envisage the end goal being? Was a minority stake sale, was that always on the card?
Yeah, it was. I mean, we as an organisation, we were invited to join the London Stock Exchange Elite programme. And for us, that was, you know, as kind of founder directors, that was an opportunity for us to kind of work on the business rather than working in the business. You know, we were incredibly, as all founder directors are, incredibly busy people who get kind of dragged into the kind of day-to-day, if you like. Joining the Elite programme was fantastic for us. It gave us an opportunity to sit on top of the business and really kind of plan what the long-term strategy was. And that really kind of helped us formulate a plan going forward for the organisation. The plan was and is in place. You know, we've got a global growth strategy. The plan always was minority stake. We throughout the Elite programme, actually, we did think at one point about IPO. It wasn't for us for multi reasons. And the minority stake was, yeah, absolutely for us. It was it gives us control of the business still, with a view that we've got a financial partner to help us support us on the journey.
And Chris, I'd love to know a little bit about what the sort of how this relationship started and blossomed. Can you tell me a little bit about the sort of the first steps and what that entailed?
Yeah, it was really actually one of the benefits of the London Stock Exchange and the Elite programme, and why we, as an organisation at finnCap Cavendish, partake in it, because actually you get, like Systal, young ambitious companies that are looking for a bit of mentorship, a bit of guidance from across that partner programme, and also potentially ultimately going down that journey of a liquidity event. So they actually, Systal, so Neil, Doug, Gary, actually came to one of the events that we as a firm were presenting at. And part of that was actually, well, what is the optimal timing in terms of actually undergoing that journey of a liquidity event? And there is a misconception amongst entrepreneurs that it is actually all about the individual business and its positioning. Whereas the reality is it's a combination of that and timing market fundamentals. So, you know, if a business is growing relatively steadily, but there's a big swing in valuation multiples, then actually choosing that timing of going to market is just as key.
Yeah, just to kind of push on that, Chris. I mean, you know, as a group of individuals, the Elite programme was awesome. You know, it was really, really fantastic. And anyone who gets the opportunity to go and do that, they really should. It's an absolute eye opener. And on that particular day, we were looking at different finance models. And I remember it was Peter Gray, actually, from Cavendish, who stood up. He said something that absolutely resonated with us, and it was all about timing. So on the day where we sat through something like 6 or 7 presentations, Peter's was the one that stood out for us, because the timing issue for us and the timing issue for our ambition was key to understand the kind of pitfalls for that. As I said, we were on a kind of learning journey all the time. And when we reached out to Cavendish and met them in your old offices now, again, it was really interesting conversation for us, and we were kind of bought in after the initial meet. We were fairly clear in the strategy that we wanted to take, and this for us was a defining moment, and it was the right time. The timing thing was the key word of all of that. Was the right time for us to kind of execute the next part of the strategy for us.
It was pretty clear early on that it was going to be a private equity process, given the desire for a minority stake sale, and therefore looking at the structure and the design of the process, it was really, okay, well, how do we achieve those objectives given the timing constraints that we have? And the answer was, we'll be ready, but actually do a longer prep phase that we can choose and have control about when we go to market, to basically just increase that certainty of execution whilst also maximizing value for the team.
Why Inflexion? Why was that the right choice of private equity partner?
So who, based on our knowledge and understanding, would be a good partner for Doug, Neil and Gary as they go on the next leg of the journey? And I think one of the things that became clear is it's all about mindset. So it's taking it away from being, okay, yes, this is a Glasgow-based business, but actually the end market is global in nature. And therefore it's finding the partner that can go on that journey of internationalization and really deliver the additional aspects as the business matures and grows. And so what we're hoping that we see with a partner such as Inflexion, who have a international network on the ground in a lot of these geographies, is that as Systal grows and goes direct or indirect through the partner community, they really have a partner who can help them go through those growing pains and really scale up very quickly.
And Doug, I mean, the same question to you. What are your thoughts on Inflexion and the growth journey as you're going forward now?
From a geographical point of view, they were pretty well placed to help support us. But again, I think more importantly, from a cultural fit, we fitted quite well together. They definitely understand our ambition.
I mean, is it a relief to get it over the line? How are you feeling?
You know, the deal from completion was, it was a fait accompli that was going to happen. We had some fraught times close to the end of it. We had some T's and C's that we ironed out. That was really good. And then from there, there was a bit of relief. But again, maybe just us that we very quickly went on to execute the plan. You know, we were back in at work next day, 9 o'clock, picking up the reins for stuff, catching up with things that some of the other guys had picked up. And really kind of moved on the business. So it wasn't a relief, it was part of the plan. And I hate that to sound so blasé, because it's not, you know, it's a big thing. But we moved on with the day job and the rest of the business.
And actually that's you know, one of the standout attributes that we saw quite quickly with the team. You know, it became very clear this was part of a journey, not the journey. And therefore, you know, we got comfort very, very quickly that actually putting them in front of a private equity buyer, you know, who then rightly gets concerned that actually they put the capital into the business, you know, management then disappear off with a large paycheck and go on holiday. Actually, here it was very clear from the beginning that this was just part of the journey, part of the stepping stone to what is the broader ambition around the business.
And I guess finally, you know, where to next? What's obviously the big goal is internationalization. So tell me a little bit about the ambitions going forward now.
Well, I think we're already there, Jonathan, not on the scale that we'd like, but, you know, I think, you know, this year we will operate in 21 countries. We want to expand that. We've got, you know, variant sizes of business in country. We have a target ambition to grow our EV to a fairly sizable number over the next couple of years. I think we're on the journey to do that probably quicker than we even thought we were going to do. I think expanding in countries where we're already present as a key area. There's a couple of markets that we'd really like to go after and open up as well.
I think actually, and it's the scale of that ambition again, which is, I think, abundant from us from the very beginning, right? What they had achieved, the end customers that they were dealing with, and the target markets that they were going after, you know, that ambition hasn't changed, and as Doug said, is accelerating. And so, you know, what they had achieved in the past is absolutely a good indication of how quickly they're going to grow in the future.